Benjamin Brown, Johnny May Chappelle, James Chaney, Addie Mae Collins, Vernon Dahmer, Jonathan Daniels, Henry Ezekiel D.
Roman Ducksworth Jr., Willie Edwards, Medgar Edwards, Andrew Goodwin, Paul Gahard, Samuel Hammond Jr., Jimmy Lee Jackson, Warless Jackson,
Martin Luther King Jr., Bruce W. Clunder, George W. Lee, Herbert Lee, Viola Liuzzo, Denise McNair, Delano Herman Middleton, Charles A. Moore,
O'Neill Moore, William Lewis Moore, Matt Charles Parker, Lemuel Penn, James Reed, John Earl Reese, Harold Robertson, Michael Sherman,
Henry Ezekiel Smith, Lamar Smith, Emmett Till, Clarence Tiggs, Virgil Lamar Ware, Cynthia Wesley, Ben Chester White, Sammy Young, Jr.
These are the names of the martyrs inscribed on the Civil Rights Monument in Montgomery, Alabama.
Nonviolence is a powerful and a just weapon which cuts without wounding and ennobles the man who wields it. It is a sword that heals.
The Civil Rights Movement was an organized effort by Black Americans to end racial discrimination and gain equality, including equal access to buildings and services from which they were often excluded. Black Americans were joined by other Americans who believed in and supported their cause. The movement was marked by peaceful protest that was often met with violence.
There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe, nor politic, nor popular, but he must do it because his conscience tells him that it is right.
It all began on July 26, 1948, when President Harry S. Truman, disturbed by the violent blinding of Sergeant Isaac Woodard, a 26-year-old World War II veteran, issued Executive Order 9981 to end segregation in the armed forces. He did so contrary to public opinion and the advice of the military's top brass.
What's wrong, honey?
Nothing really. I'm just sick and tired of having to do things much better than the other guy. Sick and tired of having to prove myself. Sick and tired of having to be faster than the other guy. I'm just sick of it all.
Well, we'll have dinner and we'll turn in early. Maybe you'll feel better in the morning.
No, not really. It's when we go to our places, when we're on break time, we go to our places and we sit where we're supposed to sit at, and we keep to ourselves. There's this one white guy, he sits with us, but he doesn't fit in either.
Wow, what's wrong with him?
He comes off as if he's slow, as if he can't think right, he can't get right. he's just that type of guy. He doesn't fit in either. He's just sitting with us.
How's that working out for him?
Well, it works out for him and it works out for us also. He's kind of funny. He's kind of a country bumpkin. He comes across with conversations when the white boys are talking about the Negroes. He comes across as almost childlike. He has something funny to say. We laugh and they laugh too.
Do you think things will ever change, baby?
Well, Scuttlebutt has it that once we get into the thick of things, it really makes no difference what race you are or what color your hand is that pull you up to safety, as long as it's there for you.
Integration in the armed forces was a foreshadowing of all that was to come. First met with violent opposition, it eventually became a catalyst for change.
We may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now.
For many, that change was a change in perspective, a change of the heart.
I don't know. You sleep and eat and fight next to a man for days and weeks and months. You can't help but see him differently.
How do you mean?
I mean, he's not a Negro anymore. Of course, he's still a Negro, but you don't really see him that way. I mean, it's not the first thing you see. You see him just as a man, just like me or anyone else. He's just a man.
Does everybody else in your union feel the same way?
Lord, no, there are still men that don't, but they're the type that find someone to single out, make feel small so they feel bigger. The Negroes are just an easy target, but most of us, we're changing. Some of these guys never even seen a Negro until they joined up. They didn't know what to expect. But I don't think any of us expected what we got.
And what was that?
Someone you could trust, someone who worked as hard as you, someone who fought as hard as you, someone who might save your life one day, or one day you might have to save theirs. That's the difference between then and now, I suppose.
Well, back here at home, things are different. People haven't been through what you've been through. They don't understand.
Well, they need to, because there's lots of us who have served, and we do understand. We're changed. Now that change is coming home with us.
I was born by the river in a little town, just like that river. I've been running ever since. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. And I know somewhere he's up there, beyond the sky. It's been a long, 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 long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes, it will. Well, I go to the movies and I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me, don't hang around. It's been a long, 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 long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes, it will. Ooh. Then I go to my brother. And I said, brother, brother, won't you please? But he just keeps on knocking me right now on my knees. There were times that I thought that I couldn't go on. Now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will.
Change did come, slowly. On May 17, 1954, before the war had even ended, the U.S. Supreme Court's decision in Brown versus the Board of Education legally abolished racial segregation in the public schools.
5 years later, on September 8, 1959, St. Paul Catholic High School became the very first to integrate when Sabine Gordon, Samson Clark, Edward LeBeau, and Richard King were accepted as the school's first African American students.
Current students waited in the downstairs hall for the new arrivals. Then they went quietly upstairs together. Meanwhile, across at the river at Norview High, the Norfolk 17 were closely scrutinized, extensively tested, and upon admittance, ostracized and tormented by their white peers.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around my school, yes, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, all around my school, yes, I'm gonna let it shine. All around my school, yes, I'm gonna let it shine.
Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Lord, put me to the test, Lord.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Never they talk about me, yes,
I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. While integration addressed separation, it did little to remedy inequality. Still, dedicated African American teachers and administrators continued to strive for excellence despite aged buildings, outdated textbooks, and a lack of proper equipment in Black neighborhood schools. The fruit of their labor would soon be realized.
Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education.
On a Tuesday in late July 1960, Woolworths and Grants quietly abandoned segregated lunch counters by serving several local Black pastors, as well as others who joined them. The change was spurred in part by I.C. Norcom students who staged sit-ins at lunch counters downtown and at Mid-City Shopping Center.
We shall not be moved.
We shall not
Be moved just like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be moved.
Meanwhile, in other parts of Virginia, I see Norcom graduates away at college also found themselves involved in peaceful protests at whites-only lunch counters. These protests often resulted in arrest.
That smells good, babe. Oh, please.
I spoke to your daughter today.
Oh, now she's my daughter. What has she done now?
Well, you know that story? The one about the students down in Greensboro sitting at the whites-only lunch counter?
Come on, get on with the story.
Well, it seems like the NAACP, right?
Yeah.
The NAACP, they have these representatives going all around the country.
Mm-hmm.
And so as they were going around the country, they were going around to the colleges. And as they were going around to the colleges, she met up with one of them. So they sent her down, and she went to one of the meetings, and then she went on down, and they sent her to the Trailways bus station, to the lunch counter down there. And they told her what to do, and the number to call.
And?
When she got arrested.
Arrested? You mean my baby girl got arrested?
But she's fine and she's
Woman,
gonna be
what's wrong with
okay.
you? That's my girl.
I know, but she's gonna be fine and she's safe and she's okay.
How did she even know where the Trailways bus station was? She's never been to Petersburg before.
She does now. But let me finish telling you the story. So, and you can come and help me with these dishes. by the way.
Okay.
So, she cried, and reality didn't set in until the doors of the jail clanged shut.
My God.
So, she kept on crying up until the time that the NAACP representative came,
Okay.
paid her bail, and took her back to the dormitory. Now, I'm glad at this point that she didn't tell us. Think about that. I'm glad she didn't tell us because we would have been worried sick. And so now that she's home and she's safe, I'm so proud of my daughter.
Now she's your daughter. Now you're proud of her, huh?
Our daughter. Aren't you proud of her too?
I reckon so, but how long is this gonna last?
I don't know, baby.
Stay on freedom.
Woke up this morning with my mind. Stay on freedom.
Woke up this morning with my mind.
Stay on freedom.
Hallelujah.
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 On August 28, 1963, 250,000 Americans gathered in our nation's capital for the first Civil Rights March, including 60,000 whites. Folks greeted each other with hugs and handshakes. Then they began their peaceful 1-mile walk from the Washington Monument to the Lincoln Memorial. For 3 hours, they listened. Finally, Dr. King spoke. He spoke about the fundamental freedoms still denied African Americans. As he was about to finish, gospel singer Mahalia Jackson shouted, "Tell them about the dream, Martin."
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Well, that went well.
What'd she say?
She said if we had wanted her to hate Negroes, we should have taught her to hate Negroes.
Hate Negroes? We don't want her hating anybody, but that's not what this is about.
I know, and I told her that. I told her we're concerned for her safety. She said we needed to trust her, trust in the things that we taught her. I guess she's right.
Well, I know she's right, and I do trust her, but I don't want her out there.
She says it's a peaceful protest.
The protest might be peaceful, but that doesn't mean the response won't be violent. I don't want her out there, John.
Well, I don't see as how we can stop her. So I figured the only way to protect her is to go with her.
Go with her?
Yes, Marie, go with her. I'm not about to let my 19-year-old daughter show more courage in this than I do. I'm going to go with her, and I'm going to stand by her, and stand by the things that we taught her, the things we both believe.
Wait. You're not leaving me here to sit and worry. Let me call Mama to watch John Jr.
Well, Joanne's still getting ready, so we have plenty of time. I'm going to go gas up the car. Lots of folks heading off to D.C. right now. I don't want to be stuck on the side of the road.
I'll pack up some things for the trip.
Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that.
In some situations and in some places, integration, along with the movement's nonviolent approach, created opportunities for contact and dialogue between the races that dispelled old prejudices and stereotypes. But in the deep Jim Crow South, the old ways persisted.
On August 28, 1955, Mamie Till Mosley courageously displayed the body of her 14-year-old son, Emmett, beaten and tortured beyond recognition in an open casket funeral for a horrified nation to view. The act drew national attention, and after a photo appeared in Jet magazine.
We are soldiers in the army. We have to fight, although we have to cry. We have to hold up the blood-stained banner. We have to hold it up until we die. Many Till was a soldier. She had a hand on the gospel plow, but when
The country could no longer turn a blind eye to the lawless brutality of racism, now seen through the eyes of a mother's worst nightmare. The movement gained momentum and the marches continued. In response, many activists, black and white, continued to be martyred.
Ain't gonna let nobody
Turn me around,
turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, walking up the freedom land. Ain't gonna let racism turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let racism turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, walking on the freedom land. I'm not gonna let Mississippi turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. I'm gonna let Mississippi turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking,
marching on the freedom land.
I'm not gonna let anybody
Turn me round, turn me round, turn me
I'm
round,
not gonna let anybody
turn me round. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching on the freedom land.
Then, on September 15, 1963, a bombing at the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama, claimed the lives of 4 little girls. Addie Mae Collins, Denise McNair, Carol Robertson, and Cynthia Wesley. Again, the nation was jolted out of complacency into action.
I know we're not supposed to hate John, but I can't help it. I hate them to the core of my being, and all men like them. Young children, babies, they're monsters. And I know you told me not to look at that picture, and I did. But the problem is that now when I think about it, when I look into that hall in my mind's eye, I don't see him. See John Jr. I see my only child, and I hear
Marie.
him going after.
Marie, you are the sweetest, kindest woman I know, and the strongest woman. But honey, you weren't made for hate or all the evil in this world. This thing will consume you if you dwell on it.
Maybe Jill didn't dwell on it. She used it to make sure this would never happen to another mother or another mother's child.
Yeah, maybe you should follow her example, Marie. Maybe we both should. There's a guy at work who's been registering black voters. I was thinking about maybe doing that. What do you think?
If I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way.
Registering black voters was a goal of the movement, but resistance in the Deep South was strong and often turned bloody. The movement would continue to hold on as activists were jailed, beaten, and martyred. Only thing that we did wrong, stayed in the wilderness way too long.
keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on.
The only thing that we did right was the day we began to fight.
Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on.
Hold on,
Hold on.
hold on.
Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on.
The only chain that we can stand is the chain from hand to hand.
Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on.
Hold on,
Hold on,
hold on.
hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on.
On August 4th, 1964, the remains of 3 college students were found in an earthen dam. James Chaney, Andrew Goodman, and Michael Schwerner were registering black voters in Mississippi when they were jailed after a routine traffic stop. Once released, they were followed, pulled over again, handed over to members of the Klan, and shot at close range.
We must be concerned, not merely about who murdered them, but about the system, the way of life, the philosophy which produced the murder.
They found the bodies, did you hear?
Yeah, I heard it while I was out in the car, and I came in just to speak to you about it. Emmett Till, those 3 little black baby girls. White folks ain't even safe in this now.
Yeah, I know they were white, but also Jews. Jews in the company of a Negro.
Jews in the company of the Negro. Things are bad down in Mississippi, but it's gonna be even rougher now.
Remember that Italian boy?
Yes, I remember that Italian boy. Let me tell you a little bit about what I remember. That Italian boy climbed to the top of St. Paul's steeple, put some butcher paper up there just to prove to his friends that he had been up there.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that right? So after that, I was about 12 at the time, now that I remember. I was about 12 at the time. Me and Mama were downtown. And I remember all the police motorcycles around that church.
Yes.
And as they were going around that church, Mama said Father Madre thought that they were the KKK. I didn't even know Catholic and Jews were on the list. I thought it was a joke.
Well, it ain't no joke now. At least it ain't no joke down in Mississippi.
Well, do you think because those boys were white that they might convict them and catch them this time?
Look, down in Mississippi, they take care of their own. Them white boys gonna get away scot-free. They take care of the police, they take care of the judge, they take care of everybody down there, except for you.
Well, what more can we say about that?
Well, I'm grateful that it's not happening up here.
Yes, I'm grateful, baby. I'm grateful. But in the meantime, I'm going to be praying for those mothers tonight of those poor boys. And I'm going to be praying that they catch them ones that done it. And those men,
Come on, Martha.
they're going to pay for what they done.
Well, I'm grateful. I'm grateful just for what is happening right now. And I pray that everything goes well. But you got to remember, we're talking about Mississippi.
Well, they got us in the libraries. Dr. Owens and Dr. Holly, they're working hard to get us in some other places too. But I'm glad. We're seeing some change here, not like Mississippi. We're seeing some change here, slow, but we're moving.
Well, there's still all this fighting going on. There's still all this spitting. There's still all this tussling going on, like we're back in the Army days.
We got to keep our eyes on the prize.
We have to keep our eyes on the
And
prize
hold on.
and hold on.
Murder was a local matter, and those charges were never brought in Mississippi. The violence continued. Each time it was met with the movement's philosophy of peaceful activism, a philosophy embraced and promoted by its greatest leader, Dr. Martin Luther King.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice.
Dr. King would visit Portsmouth on more than one occasion, meeting with Dr. James Hawley and other leaders as they developed strategies for achieving racial equality here. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. Then, on April 4th, 1968, the movement lost its greatest leader, and a nation mourned. The day before he was taken from us, his own words seemed to foreshadow what was to come. Not only his passing, but the success of the movement.
We've got some difficult days ahead of us, but it really doesn't matter to me now.
Come on, brother.
Because you see, I've been to the mountain.
Hey!
I've looked over and I've seen the promised land.
Yes.
I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
Yeah!
The land,
These United States,
the people, all God's children.
the promise, freedom,
Freedom,
equality, justice.
in honor of Dr. King, in honor of those who were martyred. Let us show our commitment to freedom, our commitment to equality, and our commitment to justice for all of God's children by standing and joining hands together and singing, we'll walk hand